Welcome, guys, and once again, it's your favorite show, The X. That's where you get the exclusive interviews, content, and everything around the BML, as well as a little bit of Dynasty. I'm telling you guys, it's been a wonderful weekend. We just finished the one, the only BML draft. The draft was awesome. It was amazing, and we got to bring you some details of top 10. We'll show you ratings. We'll show you where they went, stretches, no stretches, and sometimes a little bit of people that fell outside of the top 10. But we're going to more detail the top 10 because the top 10 picks are going to be a close eye on when you go into the season. See what teams they fell in and see if they're even worth it. See if these teams can actually develop these players and make them do something that other players can't do and transition their team to make it to the Super Bowl. That's because what they draft. I mean, there's players all around the NFL that changed the game. LaDainian Tomlinson, Emmitt Smith. I could go on and go on. Tom Brady, best of all time, drafted in the 6th round. But we're going to talk about the first round picks that we think they're going to make it. We think they're not going to make it, and then see how the overall draft went. But I'm not doing it alone. I'm doing it with the one, the only, Eggs and Bacon 2003. What's up, Eggs?
What's up, Ben?
Now, bro, give us a little bit of what you thought of the overall draft and how it went with you. And what did you think that it was it a good one? What kind of class was it? I mean, let us know what you think.
I think this was one of the best classes I've seen in a while, man. They had some real good players. They had some quarterbacks that were good, some linebackers. They had a whole different variety of great players.
Oh, yeah? I mean, there was a lot of quarterbacks that were supposed to go top. I mean, I think it was like at least 5 quarterbacks supposed to be in the first round. I mean, I think this was very quarterback heavy. But do you think a lot of teams needed quarterbacks?
Yeah, a lot of teams need quarterbacks. So, I mean, a lot of people like to blame their quarterbacks when they can't play well because they have no skill. So they think drafting one will help them out.
So freaking true. They forget that it's the person handling the quarterback that's usually the issue.
Yeah.
I mean, but besides quarterback, what else did you see? Went pretty high?
I like that receiver the Broncos drafted. I mean, he likes to draft them big guys so he can hopefully get bailed out. But I mean, it's not going to help him.
Wait, you think the Broncos likes to get that's what he's hoping on?
I mean, he needs some help from Madden or something because he's not making it very far in the playoffs.
Oh! Shots fired so early in the show, dude. I mean, you're gonna get some bad emails and some bad DMs. All those different words that you hear when these dudes don't like shots fired. But the Broncos is pretty damn good. I mean, the Raiders overtook them, but I mean, you think that receiver is going to change everything?
I mean, I think that receiver is definitely going to help. I mean, I would never say that he's ever going to make the Super Bowl because he's got to go through the Colts and some other guys over there. Okay. But I definitely think he'll help, and he'll be a real number one.
A real number one receiver.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah. He listen, we have a story about the Broncos. We will share that when it comes. But let's go ahead and dive into our first pick of this season. It was the one, the only, the Bills, and they picked Chandler Tyleski. I mean, how do you pronounce that name?
God, who cares? He's not going to amount to anything anyway. He's on the Bills.
I mean, when people buy his jersey, they're gonna say Brady, Culpepper. Think of another quarterback. Brady. Why did I say Brady twice?
I would compare him to more like a Ryan Leaf, maybe.
Yeah, true, but at least you can pronounce Ryan Leaf. You can say Leaf. Oh, you saw Leaf. Oh, did you see even some bad quarterbacks like Trent Dilfer? Oh, he was great, but I don't know. Maybe somebody can help us out in the chat and how to pronounce it later on. But right now, I do not know how to pronounce this guy's name. But this is star development player. 81 overall, straight off the bat. It was a quarterback-heavy draft, and they did need a quarterback. I mean, what do you think of this pick for the Bills organization?
I like the pick. I mean, he's got a big arm. He's got 96 throw power. And the Bills needs a lot of help, and you might as well start with the quarterback position.
True. I mean, but with the big arm, he doesn't seem to have many fast receivers. I mean, what does a big arm do for Madden? Because I've seen people throw 50 yards with the 89 throw power. I mean, what is the difference between the 96 and the 89?
The 96 lets you throw it even farther, so you could probably chuck like a 90-yard ball with a 96 throw power quarterback.
A 90-yard ball? I mean, I don't know if that's even possible, but okay. So 90-yard balls thrown to receivers that don't get open that far. I mean, but I think the throw power is more when it comes to, tight windows. Because sometimes you have these tight windows and these quarterbacks, 89 throw power, they try to get it in there, but they get caught right away. Someone dives, someone snipes it. But when it comes to these throw powers, they just instantly get the ball, and there's no reaction to a user or anything that you can do. And I've played a lot of Patrick Mahomes. When they zip it right down the middle, you try to press triangle and get that pick, but that ball is in the receiver's hands before you even think about hitting the button. But now with the Bills, you're saying they don't amount to anything. I mean, he's 22 with star development. Say even if he loses his development to quick at 22 years old, I mean, isn't that an advantage?
I mean, it would be an advantage if he was with a well-run organization, but he's with the Bills. I mean, they got great fans over there, but that's about it.
Oh, yeah, Bills Mafia, right?
Breaking tables.
The good old Bills Mafia, they get up in the playoffs and they think they won the Super Bowl. All right. Let's move on to number 2. And the number 2 was from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, this guy, he set his board, and he said, you know what? One thing is I'm going to make sure that my pick counts. I mean, this guy gets another beast offensive lineman. Traylon Conway. I'm not really good with names, so please don't haggle me with names, guys. Don't email me. Don't comment on the bottom about, hey, this guy can't pronounce. All right, I'm not good with names, so leave me alone. All right, so Conway is a beast. He is a monster. I mean, tell us a little bit about him.
I mean, he's got 94 strength, which will really help out and make it harder for them to run right through him. He's got 85 run block, 80 pass block. And that's real nice for starting off as a left tackle. And I know the Bucs needs a lot of help on the offensive line, and hopefully that'll help them.
Yeah, last time I played the Bucs, he was letting a lot of people in. I mean, even guys that were like 60 overall, just letting him in. A nice left tackle, and he's a power. And his pass protect is 77 overall. I mean, with that quick development, if he develops the offensive line, he also has a couple guys that are pretty beast offensive linemen, very, very young. He has already a left guard. He's 29, 81. But he also has, who was it? Let's go ahead and give me a second, and I'll show you guys. But he also has another star development rookie, that not a rookie, but I think his first year. Oh, Barry, yes, first year. Also superstar development, 75 overall. Beast guy. 88 strength, not as big of a strength. But with those two guys combined, you could actually keep up. I mean, he's only 22 as well. This guy's 24, but with having such a great line and such a young line, you think it would be great for high stakes? I mean, when do you think you start developing a line for high stakes? Is this the time? Is the Buccaneers doing something that we don't know? That we should be doing?
I mean, well, what he's been doing is being inactive. I don't know if we should start following that, but I think building your offensive line, you should definitely start now.
How many bullets you got cocked, ready to shoot? I mean,
gotta get these hot takes out, man.
Man, dude, I mean, no shy. That's why we love having you on the show, because there's no shy words. You would tell it how it is, and that's how eggs and bacon does it. There's no side bacons. It's straight up bacon. If you don't like it, then you don't take it. But okay, so you're saying that this dude could be something if he did something?
I think this kid could definitely be something, but I mean, I don't even know where the Bucks is, if he's living or dead. I mean, he hasn't played many games over the past few years. I doubt he's even building any of his players.
People would probably say, "How would you know?"
Because, well, I mean, whenever I play him, he goes into one of them shells that he's got and hides because he doesn't want to get his ass whooped.
Ah, right? Good. This is true. Speaking like a true Saints fan. Okay, so basically, well, I know you're Eagles fan, but you're the Saints in the league. So basically, excuse me. Let's move on to the next one. I mean, that was a great pick. I mean, from offensive lineman to defensive lineman, you had Seattle picking next. Wait, he also picked a beast offensive lineman. I apologize. Seattle with the number 3rd pick. He picks a beast defensive lineman. And that defensive lineman is the one that I was looking for, but he didn't drop. I thought he would drop people going at the receivers, and they didn't. And this guy is a beast. His name is the left tackle, George Sparks. So what do you think of George Sparks? I mean, he's 81 overall. He looks massive, but he's only what? But he's like 300 pounds, only 21 years old. Let us know a little bit about Mr. Sparks.
I like him. He's got pretty good stats for an offensive lineman, and I know that Seahawks offense definitely needs a spark. No pun intended.
Wait, you got me on that one. You definitely got me on that one, bro. No pun intended, but that was actually a pretty good pun.
Thanks, man. I mean, 95 strength is real nice, and he's a big boy. Left tackle, you got to start at the left side and build your way over on the offensive line.
That's two left tackles back to back. They were the best ones. They were the only ones projected to be in the first round, and they went early. I mean, usually left tackles go this early? I mean, you've been in the BML for a long time, a couple years now, a couple seasons now. So tell me about the trends. Is this a trend, or this is people just, hey, let me get these guys because we need them?
I think these bad teams just don't care who they pick. I mean, they'll pick anybody. They'll probably pick a kicker one of these years. I wouldn't be shocked.
Wait. So you're saying that these guys are always in the top 10. They're always picking good guys, or they're just picking whoever?
I think they're just picking whoever they think is going to be good.
I mean, they are good. It's a good start for them. 2 beast offensive line, and that's where you really start for a team. You don't really want to start with a player that you already have. And the offensive linemen, you could always use extra linemen because they go down even if the play is not part of them. I mean, the defensive line can be out there and the offensive tackle gets hurt. You know how this Madden is.
Yeah, I mean, your left tackle could get hurt on a fucking pass play way down the field where your guy didn't even touch anybody.
Dude, it could have been a screen, and he could have been the one that didn't touch anybody, and then falls and breaks his ankle. I mean, would you know a little bit about injury? Your guys don't get injured much.
My guys don't get injured much. I mean, Julio was fucking out like the whole year last year. Bobby Wagner got hurt on a sim because some bitch-ass dude didn't want to play me. All right?
All right, wait, you didn't let me caution the people about your language. Eggs and bacon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the kids should be asleep, but it is a Saturday night. If you're a kid and you're watching this, just beep it out. Don't repeat it. Your mom's going to hate it, but, don't let her watch it. Put on some earbuds or something. All right, you can continue now. I had to do the disclaimer.
All right, I'll try and keep the language down, all right? I'll try not to...
This is a clean show, buddy. This is a clean show. This is the BML. We got to respect and represent it right. But it's okay if it slips out. People like it. All right, so now when it comes to building a team, I mean, so far, quarterbacks went. What else has went? The quarterback has went. You have an offensive line went. Another offensive line. We're going to the 4th pick. And the 4th pick was pretty interesting because it was actually the Steelers. I'll show you guys in a second. The Steelers guy, he was able to pick up a quarterback, and he looks pretty good to me. I'm going to show you the stats in just a second. But what do you think of the go ahead and, as I get this picture ready, go ahead and tell us about the Steelers quarterback.
The Steelers quarterback looks real good. He's got 92 throw power, 86 deep, and 86 medium, and 90 short. So he's going to be throwing accurate balls all the time. Unless, Madden wants to fuck him over.
Now, I just played the Steelers in the preseason, and he looked sharp. Even though he didn't play much, because obviously the starters don't play much in the preseason, but this dude is actually pretty decent. I mean, he looks like he's going to be the guy to go, the go-to guy. Sorry, the guy to go. I don't know what I'm talking about, but basically the go-to guy. He only has Dobbs right behind him that's even decent, and Dobbs plays okay, but he's no what is it, Quinn Goodman? That's the 4th overall pick, star development, 80 overall. He's a strong arm, and you said 90. Was it 90? You said
92 throw power, 90 short.
90 short, 86 and 86. He's built to go. The only thing I don't like about him, he has 82 throw under pressure, which is decent. But when it comes to a high pick like this, you would think that it would get higher. And then this one right here, make sure that he does not get touched because he's going down. 64 break tackle. So even though he's a pretty big dude at 6'6", he goes down like Tom Brady. If you sniff him out, he'll go down. Or if you go down like a Cam Newton, actually. Cam Newton in that Super Bowl, he went down so fast. But he'll go down like somebody. He's not a Ben Roethlisberger, even though he has his size. That 64 break tackle, you just clip him a little bit and he's gonna go down. There's no escaping the pass rush. I mean, is that important or is it just me?
I think it's just you. I mean, he'll definitely be good for him. He'll lead that team to a 2-14 record, which is 2 more wins than a lot of people would think he could get.
He's at 2-14. I mean, he can't be. I mean, come on, he's not that bad.
That's pretty good for the Steelers, dude. I mean, I don't even know if he's in the league still.
Well,
I have no idea.
He just played preseason. I just told you he's still in the league.
Oh, okay. He's playing the preseason. That's why he never plays the regular season. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, dude. If he plays preseason, he plays regular season. And this guy, he actually didn't do too bad. He threw a couple touchdowns with Dobbs. And this new guy, he went on a drive. It was pretty good. But you can't just judge. Come on, bro. I mean, I know you like to shoot taking shots, but I mean, this guy's decent. All right, let's move on. I think we took too much time on that one. So now we're moving on to the Dolphins. Now the Dolphins pick was actually pretty good. I mean, give me a second. Looks like we have some technical difficulties. But you have his stats?
Yep.
All right, tell us a little bit about his stats. I mean, who is this guy?
He's got 92 speed. I mean, he's got terrible trucking, 50 trucking, but he'll be a speed back, and hopefully he can do something for the Dolphins. I mean, I guess he might not have been good enough for the old Dolphins user since he quit. So,
I mean, what was that? I mean, I don't know what's going on with that, man. But I'll tell you one thing though. This dude, for the news user, is a beast. I mean, with that speed, I mean, what he has, quick development. With quick development, you can easily build a running back. I mean, that's one of the biggest ones, easiest things you can build. Build quarterback, build wide receiver, and a running back. If he give this guy at least 30, what do you call? No, let's say 20. 20 carries a game with about 5 catches. He'll be a decent running back.
Yeah, he'll definitely be decent. I mean, it's just going to be hard to try and get a user into the Dolphins because we're having some struggle.
They don't have a real running back that can do it, and especially with a younger one. A younger running back is essential when it comes to building a team, especially if they're going to get ready for high stakes. All right, so I'll get you that picture, guys, in a second. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is the commission himself. The commissioner himself picked. This guy loves defensive line, and he picked a defensive lineman. He picked a right end, quick development, I'm showing it to you guys right now. Give me 1 second. Okay. Quick development, Jeffrey Sweeney. That's actually a pretty cool name. I wouldn't mind the guy. Sacked by Sweeney. Sacked by Sweeney. Sacked by Sweeney. Say that 10 times. Sacked by Sweeney. Sacked by. All right. So tell us a little bit about Mr. Jeffrey Sweeney.
I mean, he looks pretty good and underrated, following the real Ravens tradition of trying to build through the defense. I mean, I don't know if he'll be the difference maker to help him get back to a winning record, but he'll definitely help out.
Well, I mean, he's decent. I mean, what do you call it? Under is decent. I mean, he plays really good in the in Dynasty, and he has shown that he can do it. So Sweeney, maybe he just needs a pass rush. Maybe that's what it is. He hasn't built it.
Maybe. I mean, you can't blame everything on the Madden players. Maybe it's just his skills not there or something.
Well, you do need a team. I mean, what's your team overall? What do you have?
I'm not sure on the top of my head what my overall is.
I mean, do you have a nice receiver? Who's your receiver?
I got Michael Thomas and Julio Jones.
Yeah, he sucks, right? Julio Jones, he sucks too.
He's terrible.
Well, here's a picture of Rackley. Rackley's 22, rookie, quick development. He's going to kill it. He's 82 overall already. Once that user gets in there, he's just going to run it like crazy and kill it. And going back to the Ravens guy, now with the Ravens now getting their defensive line ready and getting their defense, you don't think he's going to win more games than he did last season? I mean, to get the, 6th overall pick, yeah, his season must not have been so well.
I mean, I definitely think he'll do better than he did last year. It's hard to do any worse. So, I mean, he's always got that going.
You can do worse. Like he could have had the first overall pick.
You can't do any worse than 0-16. You can only get better.
That's true. I mean, what do you have? Like four wins? Wait, he had to have at least what, 4 to 5 wins to get to the 6th spot. He can't just be the 6th spot with no wins. He would have been number 1.
Yeah, you could definitely outdo 4 or 5 wins. I think you can get to 7, maybe 8.
Okay. So the next one that we have is the next pick. Now, do you think these guys, this is what, we rounded up the top 6. Do you think these guys were worth picks? Were there's any bad picks when it came to these first top 6?
I don't really think there was any really bad picks. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Rackley because he's not all that fast to me, and he doesn't have any trucking. So I don't know how good he'll be for the next Dolphins user.
You don't think that you wouldn't use him if you had him on your team?
No, I would not use him. I mean, I got Kamara, so I'm real lucky where that is concerned. But I don't think he was worth a top 5 or top 6 pick.
Even with the quick development, even with 82 overall?
Yeah, I still don't think. I mean, quick development's not all that good compared to some of the other guys who have star and superstar and all that.
Gotcha. All right, so we're moving on to the number 7th pick, and the number 7th pick went to the one, the only, the Vikings. Now, the Vikings went with Gregory Woodson. Now, Gregory Woodson, here, I'll show you guys in just a second. Here we go. Now, Gregory Woodson is a, what is that, quarterback? A quick development. He's a scrambler versus a strong arm Bills quarterback that got. Now, you've played the Vikings several times. I mean, what do you think of this pick? Is it helping? Is it just staying the same?
I think this was one of the biggest, awful, worst picks of all time. I mean, 90 throw power is okay, but 74 deep accuracy, you gotta be kidding me. That dude should not even be in a college team.
But he's a scrambler. I mean, this guy came from Nebraska, one of the best colleges ever for football, and drafted 7th overall. You think this was a stretch?
I think this was a stretch and a half, man. I mean, this dude, I wouldn't pick in the 7th round. I think he's Mr. Irrelevant. Or worse than
what?
Mr. Irrelevant, I should say.
78 overall quarterback, scrambler at 78 overall. I mean, what's his speed? Did you give us his stats? What's his stats on this guy?
He has 82 speed, 87 excel. That's the only stat we're talking about.
Yeah, but 82 speed. I mean, Baker Mayfield is 80, and he doesn't even run that fast. I mean, Tom Brady's almost 82 speed. No, he's not. But I'm just saying. I mean, he's not a scrambler. No, definitely. Like, I mean, the Redskins quarterback's 86, and you have the Ravens at 92, the top. And I think there's one Mariota 88. So yeah, 82 is very average. So do you think this is candidate for worst pick in the first round?
Oh yeah, I definitely think this is a candidate for the worst pick in the first round. I mean, if anybody picked a kicker, I'd rather have him than this quarterback.
You'd rather have a kicker than this quarterback. What about the running back you just said? That wasn't one of the worst picks in the top. That wasn't worth it. Which one is worse, the running back or the quarterback?
I mean, is there any chance they're equally bad? I mean, the quarterback, I would probably say the edge goes to the quarterback in being the worst. I mean, he has no carrying.
Yes. Oh,
so he's got 64 carrying, and he's not even that fast, and he can't throw accuracy.
So he can't get away, and then when he does get caught, he fumbles?
Yep.
All right. Let's move on. We're taking a little too long. So the next pick goes to, which was the 7th. So this is the 8th pick. So the 8th pick goes to my rival in the division when it comes to the Giants. And he went linebacker on this one. Amon, how do you say that name? Amon Wrightster? Yeah, I want to say Wrightster. That's a cool name, though. Wrightster. Am I saying it right? I don't know. But Amon is pretty cool, too. So he was quick development. He's a pass coverage linebacker. I mean, tell us a little bit about him.
He looks really good, man. I mean, he's got 82 speed, 81 block shedding. He's got 76 hit power. That block shedding will really come in handy whenever you are rushing the quarterback.
Yes, it does. Now, but what's his height? I know he was a little small for a linebacker, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's 5'11". I mean, that's short, but there's a lot of players that have been short over the years that can have great careers.
Like who? Who was 5'11" playing linebacker?
God, dude, don't ask me that on top of my head.
Yes, hey, you shoot a lot of shots, and you're firing a lot. I mean, you gotta sometimes what do you call it? Put your money where your mouth is. But I mean, 5'11", what is that? Mateo. But I know there's a lot of safeties that kill it. But I mean, his jumping is not even that great in order to be a pass coverage guy. What's his jumping? 75? 75 jumping at 5'11"? That's like doing a jumping jack when you're obese. No offense to any obese people out there. I'm pretty chunky myself. But I'm just saying 5'11". I'm 5'10". He's basically my height. And I think I can out-jump him. I have pretty nice calves. If you ever see my calves, they're pretty nice. And I think I can out-jump a 75. What was his vertical? Like 2? I mean... Listen, this is the guy I throw over. My quarterback is...
a linebacker. I mean, if it was a safety, I'd be worried. But linebacker, I'm not that worried.
Well, I mean, he's a pass coverage, though. If he was like 5'11" and he wasn't pass coverage, if you have a 6'5" dude, there's no way he's going to jump up there and get him.
I mean, he's just going to have to use that linebacker and make sure he's right underneath him and get some user lurks.
Maybe, but even if, I mean, I understand 5'11". Who's 5'11"? The Seahawks, ET3, he's 5'11", but he has like 92 jump. You can lurk with him, and then that 6'5" guy, he can jump up there and still snag it from him. But with this 75 jump, I mean, I guess he didn't grab him for the jump, and of course you can't. I mean, you can't measure. That's one of the measurements when I pick a linebacker. I want his vert to be, top 10, top 15. But this guy's vert probably was like, what, 45? 45 overall?
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean, this guy, he jumped and hit the first mark. I think it was the first one. He took his finger. I mean, if Kevin Hart probably would jump higher than this guy. And Kevin Hart's like, what, 5 inches shorter. I don't know if you can see me, but that's what he did. He just jumped. I just jumped right now higher than this guy can jump in a football field. I don't know. I mean, it's a good pick, but I don't like the Giants anyway because I'm the Redskins user. Maybe I'm biased. You think I'm being biased? Is that what it is?
I think you're definitely being biased.
All right. Let's move on. I'm sorry, but I just had so much fun with this little small linebacker. If he ever picks me off, I'm gonna be like in the chat. I'm gonna be like, oh, that was cute. He actually got up there.
Could say I was right. I mean, that sounds better.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that because I'm gonna throw over his head. I think I have a 6'3" receiver with some jump. I'm gonna throw it over his head, right over the middle. This is a middle linebacker, so I'm gonna throw it right over the middle. And then catch it. I'm going to post it, and I'm going to send it to you on your DMs, and I'm like, oh, look at this guy trying. All right, let's move on. Now, this one is actually pretty decent story. So, the Broncos traded up to the 9th pick to get to the Cincinnati Bengals pick, and they traded out of the back. Because the Cincinnati wanted an offensive line. He already talked to me. He wanted extra picks, and he wanted to get his offensive line ready for, high stakes and get it strong. So he had multiple picks, and he was going to pick lower rounds, lower first. He was going to pick a second, third, fourth, get offensive line. He was going to try to build them all at once, which is a great idea to build them all at once. I mean, make sure that you pay them correctly so that way they don't all want $100 million at the end of the season. I mean, at the end of their contracts. But he gets a low paid. So the reason why the Broncos wanted this pick was to get a receiver, a fast receiver. Is this guy fast?
He's got 92 speed. I mean, that's not that slow. It's not that fast either.
True. But the story is that he actually wanted to get Waller, which Waller actually went later and dropped. Because he was trying to get there, but I think he got confused. I'm not sure what happened. But this guy, even though he's a beast, I mean, let us know what this Hopkins guy is about.
I think this Hopkins guy is going to be real good. He's got 86 catching. He's got 84 jumping, which will really come in handy when you throw those high passes from the Broncos.
So, I mean, the Broncos did look for a nice guy. I mean, the 92 speed is burner speed. What does his acceleration look like?
86.
I mean, that's what you get with the taller guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, he could be like the next Larry Fitz, maybe.
Well, no, Larry Fitz was never 92 speed. Larry Fitz was 89 at the best. But, I mean, 92 speed at 6'5", Calvin Johnson, maybe?
Definitely not Calvin Johnson. Nobody's going to ever be Megatron. He could just fucking snag anything whenever he wanted.
86 catching? You don't think that's snaggable? I mean, he's quick development, and the Broncos love to pass. Every time that he thinks about running, he passes. I'm just joking. It was being sarcastic. This guy loves to run. He runs the ball, and then when he thinks about passing, he audibles to run. Do you think that he can actually be built in this team when it's a strong running team with Billingsley? And now Scott?
I definitely think he can be built. I mean, that Broncos team is very well ran through the regular season. The postseason, I mean, it's chaos, but you could definitely get him up there and get him real good.
I don't think it's chaos. I mean, hasn't he gone deep? Have you ever met him in the AFC Championship? I mean, AFC Championship with the Colts?
I mean, I think the best way to describe what his team does is they go full read, all right?
Okay.
Remember the Titans-Chiefs game back in a couple last season at playoffs where they had that big lead? Yeah, they choked it away. That's what the Broncos would do.
Oh, man, I don't think it's true, bro. I mean, this guy looks like he's legit. I played the Broncos. He blew me out.
Yeah, he's legit in the regular season. I'll give him that. But the postseason, I don't know. The last time we played in the regular season, I spanked the shit out of him. It's probably because I'm a god, but we're not going to go there today.
Yeah, this is not the eggs and bacon show. That your show is coming, but this is not breakfast with eggs and bacon. So I mean, you could save that for next time. But okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next pick. I'm also bringing over the guy he really wanted, which the Jets took. I'll show you guys that in just a second. Now, the one that he really wanted was the Jets pick, which the Jets busted out with a 95 speed receiver. And the thing is that I think the 49ers also wanted this guy because the 49ers already have Bass, and then together with this dude Waller with 95 speed, can you only imagine what they can do with that? I mean, are you a speed guy?
I'm not a big speed guy. I mean, I like the guys that can go up and catch them. That Niners dude loves to run that PA crossers deep, which will get a lot of people open if they got speed.
Well, I mean, the Jets guy has it now. It looks like he's trying to build this team, and it looks like it's his division now. But the playoffs is a whole different story, which is funny because I hope Waller plays the Broncos and see what happens. So this is Waller right here. He's quick development, 77 overall. He has 95 speed. His catching stats are actually pretty decent too for a rookie. He has already 82 catch in traffic, 82 short run, and he has 81 deep route. I mean, with 95 agility, and he can't jump for nothing. But I mean, with that speed, you don't really need him jumping. The only thing about that this receiver, even though he has 95 speed, and I thought he dropped further than I thought. This is one of my guys that should have been in the top 10 just because of speed, and he's 77 overall with quick development. But one biggest thing is 85 stamina. I'm a big guy when it comes to stamina, and the Broncos lucked out on that one because his stamina is way better than this wide receiver. Because, yeah, he can go deep, but then the next play, his 95 speed is gone. It's going to be 92 speed. Then one more play if he tries to deep. With these fast dudes, everyone tries to just go deep. But the problem is that if you go deep too much, then these guys are going to get tired, and their speed, which is their advantage, is not going to be used.
Yeah, I mean, that acceleration also hurts him. He's only got 91 accel, so he's not going to get very fast off the line, so it's going to be hard for him to have to burn corners.
That's true. That's true. All right, now rounding up the top 10, you have your favorite team on real life is the Eagles. Now, let's talk about the Eagles, and they pick this dude. Another quarterback. Jackson Shipley. That's the third quarterback in the top 10. I feel like it's the real NFL, and these quarterbacks are going left and right. And these first three. Remember we said in the beginning that this was a quarterback draft, and this is the number 3. Was he worth being the third quarterback selected, and was he worth the 10th overall pick?
I don't know if he was worth the 10th overall pick. I definitely think there was better players, but, I mean, if you need a quarterback, he's okay. I mean, 88 speed's pretty nice for a quarterback.
Okay.
And, I mean, he doesn't have high throw power or any of that, but you can run every play with him. I mean, that'll help.
What's his stamina? What does he look like, mister?
His stamina is, let me see here, 90. So he'll definitely be able to stay in there for a while and not get tired.
I mean, with this kind of quarterback, would you start implementing the option read or the read option? I know you wouldn't do it with the Steelers quarterback because 82 speed, but with this guy with 88 speed.
Yeah, I would definitely start implementing the read option. I mean, he can't really throw the ball deep or any of that, so you might as well figure out ways for him to get yards running the ball.
86 throw power. Tell me about 86 throw power. I mean, you're not going to chuck it deep, but do you think this guy can be more of a West Coast type of guy?
Yeah, I definitely think this guy could be West Coast, maybe like a Rich Gannon or something along those lines.
Now, I play the Eagles twice a year, and this guy loves, drag routes, quick outs, because he has a lot of fast receivers, a lot of agility that like to, do a lot of spins, moves. He's a second type of, he's a guy that likes the joysticks. He's a joysticks guy. Basically, dump it off small, do a couple moves, and see if you can take it deep. And I think this quarterback fits him. Especially because I blitzed the crap out of him. So he tries to do it quick as possible, and especially with this guy's speed, I think he can get out of trouble quickly. And with his low throw power, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I hope it is because I want him to lose, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I mean, I think this wasn't too bad of a pick, even though it doesn't seem like his stats are crazy. But for his style, I think this fits him more than the other two quarterbacks fits to their teams.
Yeah, I definitely think so, too. I mean, that Vikings quarterback, I don't think could fit any system. I mean, maybe like a high school football system when they're playing against some trash kids, but that's about it.
So, wait, I'm sorry. I misspoke. I believe this was the fourth quarterback because you had the Steelers pick a quarterback, you had the Bills, you had the Eagles, and then you had the Vikings. So this was the 4th overall pick. So five were supposed to go in the first round, and 4 of them went in the top 10. That's. Let's see what happens. If you had to bet money right now, which of those quarterbacks are gonna be here and on their team and actually and make a difference when it comes to their teams? Which quarterback? You have to pick one of the 4.
God, I gotta pick one of them. If I had to choose,
you had to. I know you don't like them all. I know you wouldn't have them on your team, but you would. You think the Bills have a better shot of doing something? Is it? Is it because he's star development?
I like that throw power, and he's got pretty good accuracy, and I like him.
The other one. Which one was the complete accurate? Was it Quinn Goodman? Is that the dude that's the beast accuracy, 90 accuracy? You don't think he would do that better than the Bills guy or the Bills quarterback?
I think the Steelers guy will be good, but I just have a feeling that Bills guy will be really good.
Okay. Now, let's go ahead and move on to something else. Let's move on to which picks surprise you the most? Like, who won in this draft? Is there any pick that you think that, this guy knows what he's doing and this guy actually did very well for his team?
I don't think any of these picks did anything for their teams. I would say their general manager should be fired, should be executed for how bad these draft picks were.
Okay, let's go. Okay, what about outside the top 10?
I like my Saints halfback that we were able to pick at 24. I think that was a very good pick, but then again, I could be a little biased.
No, a lot biased. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I think you're being extremely biased. But I let me give a shout out to a couple of these dudes that actually did well. I know there was a pick from the 49ers, got a beast cornerback. His name was Black. He picked him actually pretty late, and he's a monster. He's putting him at free safety right now. Let me get you guys the stats so that way you can read them out. But the 49ers came out of nowhere with this nice pick. I didn't even know that dude existed until after he picked him. But Denard Black, let me read this out. So he's playing free safety, 81 overall, quick development. This dude has 91 speed. His acceleration is meh, but already has 82 tackle and 80 man coverage with 93 stamina. I'm a stamina guy. And he's actually pretty decent. That's actually a pretty good pick that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I definitely do like that pick. That DeAndre Black could definitely be good, and especially since he's on a good 49ers team.
Yes, I do agree that pick was actually pretty decent, and he needed some defense, especially that he traded. I know he got a linebacker actually pretty good, but he's trying to rebuild that defense. I know he traded away Reuben Foster to the Redskins, and he needed some extra spark, and I think he got it with this pick. Now, what do you think of another team? Is there any other team that impressed you?
I would say that the Jets kind of impressed me with that 95 speed receiver. He'll definitely be good for him. And I know that he likes to run some deep plays, so that should definitely work out for him.
The other one I want to mention is shout out to the Cardinals. Cardinals actually picked up a beast. He reminds me of Le'Veon Bell, but his name is Le'Veon Jacobs. Le'Veon Jacobs, star development, 6'3". He comes from Oklahoma, so Oklahoma loves to run the ball and loves big dudes. 6'3", 22 years old, star rookie from Oklahoma. Listen to these stats. 90 speed at 6'3". 6'3", 90 speed, 88 acceleration, 87 trucking. I do not want to see him in the playoffs because that dude is going to run over my defense, even though I have Luke Kuechly and Reuben Foster. That dude looks like a freaking monster.
Yeah, he'll definitely be good. And, he has David Johnson to pair up with him so they can create a two-back system and be really good.
I think this guy, if he builds him correctly, he'll be ready for high stakes. If you get him his trucking up to 90, and you get, I mean, he has 82 strength. Get his trucking up to 90, and then start doing the elusive traits where he'll start getting, well, he already has 5 for yards, but he'll start getting at least a little bit of juke. His juke is 74. It's actually not that bad. It's decent for a power back. That's the guy that I really wanted to get in the later rounds, but he actually went higher than I expected. Let's find out where he went. He went, the Cardinals drafted him in the first round, 12th pick. He went, I had the 17th pick. So I was thinking of getting him. He went straight in the first round. I think Le'Veon Jacobs is going to be a beast if he gets enough carries, which I think he will, especially with David Johnson.
Yeah, I definitely think he'll be a beast as well.
Yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Eggs, coming on the show and doing the draft recap. Anything else you want to say?
All right, I got a hot take. Let's get it. All right, I think all these first-round draft picks will amount to nothing, all right? I mean, they're just not going to do anything. They're all going to suck. They're all going to be cut in 2 years.
What? So we did this show for no reason? You're saying you're killing the show, bro? So you think these...
We did this show for a reason. We need some content. I mean, and this gives us content.
I know, but you're saying that these do... So you're... Okay, so let's track... We have all the names down. We're going to track them. And then you said in 2 seasons, these guys are going to do nothing? Still, or do you think they'll regress? You think they'll be cut? I mean,
yeah, I definitely think they're going to do nothing, regress, and be cut. All of them.
Or traded. Or traded next year because they'll be eligible for trade next year. Or next season.
I don't think anybody's going to trade for them because they're going to be so bad.
So you're saying no one's going to trade for them just because they're that bad?
Yep.
At all? No one in their right mind would ever trade for them?
I mean, maybe the Vikings dude would because he picked that trash-ass quarterback that I picked, but...
Okay. Yeah, but that makes no sense, though. That makes no sense. Why would you take these... I guess. But I still think the Ravens dude, the Eagles guy... the Steelers guy, those picks, I think made some. And I think the Bucks, I think he's going to show up this year and show you that his picks and his team is here to show up. And he's going to give you his run for his money. That's my prediction, but that's just my opinion. But I really think that this Eagles guy is going to build this quarterback around. It fits his system. He's a fast quarterback. And I think he's going to use him very wisely. I mean, he does need a quarterback, and he fits his system. Scrambler with with good accuracy down low. And it's the Steelers guy. The Steelers guy are 90 short. I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do it well. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But it's going to be fun to find out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be fun.
All right. You have any more hot takes, or can we freaking end the show now?
We can end the show. I think we've been on here for just too long.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. Until next time, this is The X with your one and only Ben Yohanan. I'm the host, and you got my man Eggs and Bacon 2003 on the line. Appreciate your time, Eggs. And this has been the BML The X show, where we show you the exclusive interviews, the exclusive content, only from the BML and live every time. We're the only show that does it live, guys. That's how we do it, because that's why we're your favorite show. We appreciate your time, guys, and you guys have a great time. And we out. All right, wait. Are we out? Okay, we out.